What's... Right. Oh, they're iconoclasts. Okay, Oh, did I just... Sorry. Oh, God, no, sorry, it was a mistake. I should have kept the scope on that. No, look, I'm friendly. Oh, we're fighting with the iconoclasts. Why? Ow. Okay, it's just a brawl. Oh, okay. Look, this is just a misunderstanding. I don't want to shoot. Oh, I deserve that. Hello, everyone, whom I'm friends with, who I'm not going to accidentally shoot. What's... These?
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Oh yeah, no, these are my friends. Ignore the fighting and the shooting. Are you talking while on shift, though?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Yeah, don't you worry. Everyone makes a mistake. You just don't do it again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take him down!
Oh, okay. Oh, I kind of feel guilty for this now. Oh, so... Is there some kind of alliance going on that I didn't know about? Are we going to see MSI next? Is that... Right, it's not Zora herself. Right. Did I miss? Oh, I missed the scope. Okay, taking the scope off this was a mistake. Oh, it's the Vinoys. Ooh.
Oh, that's the last of him.
Is it? Considering we're in a maximum security prison, I feel like there should be more of them. I mean, it makes my job a little bit more simple. Can I get up to that cell? Right, well, we've not found Phineas. I shouldn't get too distracted, but... That looks like there's damage in these cells. Okay, do not step on the contaminated material. Yeah, there's a broken wall here. And a flamethrower. I'm not sure how secure this prison's supposed to be anymore. It doesn't seem to be in a good state of repair. And so far, there's been 3 separate break-ins in the space of a day. And if Sanjar turns up with MSI, that's going to make the fourth. Is Sanjar turning up? Alright, well, there's a door here. I'm just gonna let them be. Leave that to the iconoclasts.
What?
Yep, hello.
Hold it. Something about you doesn't look right.
Does it not? I've got one of those faces. I can't help the way I look.
No, I meant your uniform. There's something about it.
Yeah? Well, I'm sure you got more things to worry about than my clothes. I thought there was an iconoclast break-in over there. Definitely not waiting to ambush you when you go out that door.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yep. Hello, good day. Come on. Is there maintenance tunnels? Oh, I could have gone through here rather than confront the guards. Or rather have the guards confront me. Okay. Let's just play it cool. I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just really walking around. careful. Don't let them see your face. Oh, he's seen my face.
Hold on. I don't recognize you at all.
It's, I mean, come on. You can't know every single guard who works here, do you? Come on. I mean, you won't bother to recognize faces anyway. And most of us wear helmets, usually.
Of course I do. It's one of the rules. Who the hell are you?
I'm, I'll forget it.
By the law, intruder! No!
Oh, okay. No, that's not quite how I expected that to go. Okay, playing it cool. Is this the door? No, this is the door, right? We're not gonna get into trouble. We're not gonna start fights. Come on, you two. You coming in? Terminal. Unseal the door. Excuse me, am I interrupting?
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus.
Announcement.
I see you brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
The kids?
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
What? Do you look a little bit like...
I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in him.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
You seem very confident that I'm not going to shoot you first. Gonna presume you're Chairman Rockwell. You look like the man from the videos.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable.
Alright, turn off the safety.
I wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
What? Oh, no, their indoctrination pamphlet stuff that I read about. Oh, no. Oh, God. Phineas would rather die than cooperate with you. I know that much.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
You're the dangerous crackpot. That crackpot, as you keep calling him, is trying to save the colonists you've given up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
The thing is...
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
Well said, Felix.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
The thing is, your vision of society, your society is not worth saving. It's hell. It's on the brink of collapse. Stabilization for you is still exploiting people. You want to keep riding this downward spiral when I can... No, that's arrogant to say I can fix this place. I wouldn't have had to do this. You know, if you'd have been more cooperative and less of a tyrant, this wouldn't have had to happen.
Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help.
Considering your plan is to freeze half of the colony, I think you do need my help. Look, with your resources and the folks on the Hope, we don't need to defrost everyone at once. You can handpick the brightest minds from the Hope to help solve the problem and gradually thaw everyone out. It doesn't have to be a 1, 2, 3, okay, there's thousands more people to feed. You could gradually increase the number of people being thawed out, you know, with the skills that you need, scientists and technicians and engineers, and so on. With your resources, you could do so much.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there.
See?
Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are
What?
you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this?
No, I'm not.
This animal? And you and I are finished.
No, you're right. You're right to be angry. Your loyalty is worth a lot more to me than Rockwell's subservience. I didn't realize that's the path we were going down.
You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
Right. Do we kill Rockwell and stop this announcement? I kind of want to.
I've got work to do.
Right. We're not working with Rockwell. I need a fix. Probably not a good idea to have a fix in front of Rockwell because it just reinforces the fact that I'm an outlaw junkie. Well, we're not going to kill Rockwell because that just makes us look more like criminals that he's trying to paint us as. But if we kill Rockwell, he can't paint us as those criminals, but who would replace him? If we killed him, it creates a power vacuum. Whereas if we leave him be, he's just gonna carry on as they are. This man's done a lot of harm. Would we be doing the right thing if we killed him? I am torn. He is standing right there. It could be so easy, but there are the robots, which probably don't pose a threat to me. I'm really torn. I'm really torn. Right, let's have a look at the terminal. What's going on? Assortment of adhesive notes. It appears that whoever works here uses notes to stay organized. Rockwell visit to do. Confiscate badges. Reprint badges. Change maintenance locks. Pending new locks. Order new locks. Reevaluate lockdown procedure. Update docking authority with a new lockdown procedure. Intake. Bet. Over/under weekly. Bottles 5. SIGs 21. Weapons 4. As a reminder to Labyrinth employees, access to secured data is a fireable offense. Furthermore, being fired from Labyrinth staff is punishable by life in prison. Oh, so if you lose your role in the prison, you end up as an inhabitant. Cameras. Jim, trying to get straight with Akande's orders. Only a few things more from my end, but I don't know what we'll do about cameras. She says security footage ain't enough. They want proper reels? What's going on? Ah, this is for the announcement. What is the announcement? Oh, the announcement of their project of freezing colonists that are already here. She's bringing in a VIP for internment. Security's ramping up too. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's a mess down here. Said something about recording an announcement. They're overly excited. It's hush hush, but I guess the VIP's been on the run for a while. I bet the engineers have a few cameras. I'll see if I can track some down. Jim. Re cameras. Jim, appreciate it. You know her. We miss a check on the list, it's our heads. You've no idea how tough it was getting an effing green tarp. That's another thing we've got to be conscious of. We don't want to shoot the chairman live in front of the entire colony. That's just likely to start a panic. I'm still torn about whether or not I should kill him. This man will never change. This man will resist changing Halcyon for the better. He's the chairman of the board. He will never relinquish that position. And I imagine, because he's the chairman of UDL, there's a lot of firepower keeping him in that position. I feel like if there's anyone's going to take him out, now's the time. Come on! Oh, God. I need a fix. Mind control. Mind control. Oh, okay.
We're just getting started.
I feel like a murder. Well, I am a murderer. I just murdered a man in cold blood. And try to just... I am losing my moral compass. I shouldn't have done that. I can feel it in my gut. I shouldn't have done that. Get on the lift. I think after all this is done, when we're away from these stressful situations, I need a very long holiday.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight. Right.
Oh.
And stay down.
Grim. Right, okay, let's not be in a daze. You all okay? Oh, careful.
Are you new here?
What?
I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Ah.
By the law! Intruder!
Here they come.
Felix!
What is going on? This is absolute mayhem. If I'd have been able to walk in on my own without all these distractions or God knows what's going on, things might not have turned out like this. Oh, we could have taken him into custody. We were assaulted. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. This has become such a mess.
This is nice. Calm before the storm and all that.
Calm before the
All right,
storm?
boss. I'm ready.
The storm's been happening. We are in the eye of the storm, if anything. It's chaos.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Life is nothing but uncertainty. Halcyon's being liberated from the clutches of the board. At this point, it's probably going to be dissolved. There's not a damn thing you can do at this point to stop what's happening.
Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army?
No, I feel a bit like a
The
psychopath.
iconoclasts and MSI have put aside their differences and attacked the prison together. I never imagined such a thing would be possible. But here we are. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested.
Halcyon is changing. The board cannot control us forever. I'm also here for Phineas. You, I don't know what device you've got him strapped up to, but you should let him go and not make this any worse on yourself.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Yet that shouldn't be bloody. That business should not be bloody. You shouldn't test me. Sophia, you should not test me. It's not done very well for Chairman Rockwell, back in the other room. I don't enjoy the thought of killing you. In fact, I feel a little bit sick about my decision to kill Chairman Rockwell. But there's been enough violence already.
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way is you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option.
You can just stand down.
Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
You've not seen the last of me. I'm rescuing Phineas. I'm going through you if I have to.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
You must be the warden. And these must be the beginning of the cryo policy. Right, you two. Let's stock up our inhalers. Where is the armor? Let's get the body attributes from our cacao milk from Happy Dale's farm. And where? Here we are, armor rating +10. Oh, it had to be a mechanical, didn't it? It couldn't just be a person. I hate mechanicals. I've got a phobia of mechanicals. What's behind that door? That's 82 lockpick out of 100. How do we raise our lockpick to get into that? Lockpick is a stealth skill, isn't it? Oh, I've got -8 because I'm bloody phobic of this bugger right through there. Right. Right, well, there's lockpick. There's stealth, that's +10. Is that enough? It is enough. Okay, let's find out what's behind this door here.
You make it look so easy.
Thank you. I had to change my clothes. But if that warden is big enough to go through that door, I'm assuming the warden has some kind of... I was going to say maintenance bay, but... Shock Cannon Ultra. We can't pick that. However, what is here? The Riot Automechanical is online. UDL is not responsible for lethal force dispensed by the RAM unit. If the automechanicals in this area need maintenance or updated security protocols, please consult your nearest security engineer. Can I designate the RAM itself as a hostile intruder? Deploying suppression unit. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Have we just evened the odds a little bit? Okay, no, that door's open. Before we go out, I need to put my armor back on. Or rather, the Chimera in my top hat. Where's my top hat? There's my top hat. Right then, ladies and gentlemen. It's showtime. Come on. Oh god, that's quick. And frightening. Ooh. Come on. Yes!
Everyone all right?
Oh, the... Did these all get destroyed in a... Oh my word, these combat drones got destroyed, but they did a hell of a job. Hibernation chamber key. Is that the hibernation chamber? Oh no, tell me there's not going to be more of them. Tell me there's not one of those rams behind every sealed door. Come on. Phineas! It's a lot nicer up here. What's down? What is this way? Is this the time for this kind of detour? That door's sealed, is it? Right. We're not going in through there. Really, we shouldn't be waiting around when Phineas is strapped in some weird device. It's going to do God knows what to him.
Why won't
Ooh.
you just die?
Why won't you just stop shooting?
We're alive.
I didn't want to do this. An ornate master key for the labyrinth. It opens the prison cell at the very top of the facility. The Why would you have the chairman's key? Phineas! Oh, no, is this the prison cell? Does this unlock? I don't want to accidentally turn it on. Turning it on would be a bad idea. Okay, let's breathe.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic.
I'm a lunatic.
You broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man.
Yeah, I'm a
You are
lunatic.
absolutely out of your mind. And I can't begin to thank you enough.
I bet you're glad to see me. Are you alright? What? Oh, Look, I don't even know where to begin, but other than, have you any idea how much trouble I've been to save you? Like, I came in, I was ready to sneak in, I was ready to blast some doors down, but then the Groundbreaker, Mardet showed up, and the Iconoclast showed up, and MSI showed up, and then I shot Chairman Rockwell, and I came up here, and I destroyed this big robot thingy, and then I shot, you saw the rest. Yeah, that was a lot of trouble I've been through.
What? Break into the most heavily guarded facility in the most hostile world in Halcyon? No, I have absolutely no idea how you did it. You're a goddamn miracle worker.
It doesn't feel like
You've
that.
broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Ooh. Oh. What? No, hang on. I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
So that's why the Minister of Earth was imprisoned and locked away. But surely if Earth had gone dark, he wouldn't have been blabbermouthing it, right? What if he'd just been clued in? But hang on, let's slow down. It sounds like you want to take charge of the colony. I do have a couple of questions.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
Earth. So there's been no new messages from Earth?
Yes, Akande mentioned as much. Earth hasn't sent us a single message in 3 years. No one knows why. Akande had kept the truth to herself, perhaps with good reason. Can you imagine what would have happened if word got out? We'd have utter pandemonium.
The relay station near Scylla. That hadn't picked up any unencrypted messages in 3 years either.
Yes, you were the one who reactivated that relay station, weren't you? Any message from Earth would have arrived unencrypted. It's been 3 years since our last message. The board tried using drones to contact Earth. Every one of those drones sent back the same encrypted message. Earth is completely silent.
How? Wait, what? What do you think's happened to Earth then? Has there been some cataclysmic event? Has there been some kind of extraterrestrial threat?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
Who knows what's waiting for us even if we did get back home? How do you know all of this? I can't imagine she'd have just been gloating about it out loud.
I heard it from Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost, and that we are alone. She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there's no telling what's happened to Earth.
And the frigate that disappeared. You mentioned this frigate that disappeared. What about that?
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
Could it be just some kind of solar storm that's interfering with ships or something and communications? Some kind of nebula that's rolled in? I don't really know how any of it works. But I need to confront you on something else, Phineas. I know about the other colonists from the Hope. I know the experiments you were conducting.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation.
You do.
Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
I don't know if I can forgive you, but well, I understand why you didn't keep, or rather why you kept that from me. I understand that. I understand you weren't trying to lie. But it just wasn't knowledge that really I particularly needed. Better late than never. I deserve to know. I mean, you could have been conducting experiments on my friends and family, for all I know, but I understand.
I'm not asking you to forgive me. Law knows I won't forgive myself, but I'm going to try to set things right. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now.
Yeah, that
If
we
you
do.
have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
I don't think I do have any more questions. As you say, we've got work to do.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time.
Hell yes, we are. We have
We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you.
Leader?
What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Oh. Me basically taking over Chairman Rockwell's job. I don't want the position. But I have often thought to myself, people who don't want the positions would do the better jobs. And I really don't trust anyone else to do the job that needs to be done. Somebody's got to run this colony. It might as well be me.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free.
We are untethered.
Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Terrifying. It's terrifying.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Luya Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.